And Jay, in recent years, no doubt, this has been the NBA's epicenter.
I'll take it one level above you, baby. How about this team has redefined the offense in the NBA, leading the league with record-setting three-point shots made.
Join us to watch some of the greatest players on the planet, and they're ready to go. Jay, Warriors-Thunder, always a great rivalry, but no doubt another chapter was opened in the 2016 offseason. It's become about one player.
Yeah, and that player is Kevin Durant. You know, Ed, 2 years ago, there was no doubt this was Stephen Curry's team. But after winning a championship, now there's no doubt in my mind this is Kevin Durant's team. And it starts because KD has been embracing who he is becoming as a person. He is kind of a villain, and I like that about him. He's a guy that barks back at the media and also claps back at random fans on social media.
What's empowered him to be this person now compared to his days in OKC?
A change of venue can create a change of mindset.
Gets a look, can't hit.
The most important thing, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Kevin Durant lets it fly. And the rebound taken in by Ferguson. Westbrook with the basketball. Two-point advantage. George against the KG veteran Iguodala. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
I can't believe he missed that, but look, you have to stay connected to him defensively or he'll eat you alive.
For Durant, down low. Stuffs it down with authority.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Short jumper misses. Iguodala to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Thompson. His first effort. Off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
George. Paul George. First couple didn't go. That one is true. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George.
Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that. But I did like getting the ball right back.
Durant. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Durant. It's a big finish.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
To George. Paul George. 2 of 4 now.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And Kevin Durant, unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the three.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Durant. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Shot won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Strong finish for Paul George.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Thunder with the basketball. George matched up with Iguodala. To Green. 3 titles in 4 years. New arena next year, Jay, in San Francisco. Crazy to think that any of these Warriors would want to go anywhere else.
It's the way they've been leveraging their brand off the court in Silicon Valley. You see guys like Kevin Durant, who have 35 Media, his only media production company, also making a ton of investments. You see Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala investing in E-Game Sports. They're able to leverage the business outside the business of sport, which is why I think they'll stay around in the Silicon Valley for a very long time.
Green. He made his first effort, but not that time. Westbrook into the front court. All tied up, 13 apiece. Down to Grant. Rises for the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Westbrook. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Durant. From long range. And that's rebounded by the Thunder. Westbrook into the front court. Lead is 2. Steven Adams with the slam.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Knocked loose. Warriors have it. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Jordan Bell with the block. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Ferguson lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Curry. Durant, down low Bell. To Durant. Trying to cash in. Kevin Durant now shooting 45%.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
That's me. To Durant. Curry buries it on the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
George, the hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Durant. Goes to the left side. Curry had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's Steph at the controls. To Durant. Here's a chance from long range. How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the 3.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
Curry to Durant. Oh, he had him there for a second. For 3, tough shot. He hits.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
George, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Paul George. The drive, right to the basket. Jordan Bell snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Short jumper won't fall. Looking for his man. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. The Thunder have the possession. Oh, you can't do that.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Thunder have it.
Serving in for the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 54.
Count the bucket for two.
Used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Deep three at the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end. Thunder with the lead. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Schroeder with the basketball. They trail by one. Fires the three. Off the iron. No good. To Sean Livingston. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Curry into the front court. Leads three. 4-3. Steph Curry. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Curry with the basketball. We're a minute into the second quarter. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken in by OKC. To George. Westbrook. Good offense, beating good defense. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate or not hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. To Thompson. Straight down the middle, 4-2.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Dennis Schroeder still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Quinn Cook, guarded by Russell Westbrook. Here's Schroeder with it. 5-point game. Down to Grant. To Westbrook. Schroeder. And knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, guys.
Possession lies with Golden State. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Looking to make something happen. To Westbrook. Deep two there, won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Schroeder. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Westbrook to Schroeder. Beyond the arc for three. It's good, and he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point. Dennis Schroeder with a chance at a 4-point play for his career, 82%. Off the mark at the line. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down 3. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Klay Thompson, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Steve Kerr will change it up. Curry to Green. Gets a look. Can't hit. Paul George. And the finish. Slam dunk.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Curry into the front court. Right now, down 7. Now that's a contest to Green. He gets it in the left corner. Oh, had him going there for a second. They'll get it down to Green. And the rebound pulled in by Grant. Westbrook with it. He'll run the offense. Knocked loose. Russell Westbrook defended by Thompson. It goes down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3.
Westbrook to Paul George. Knocks it down from mid-range.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
He throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And finishes. Draymond takes it out on the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Curry to Durant. A chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the play at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a three-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Russell Westbrook steps into it, and he buries it. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Westbrook across the timeline, up by 6. Tough make through traffic.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
And Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
George against the native of Sweden. And 2 points to the board.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Westbrook with the basketball. Leads 5. And Draymond. Warriors come up with it. To Durant. Down to Green. Steph Curry. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Knocked loose. George. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Thompson buries it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Just enough of a head. Fake to help on that one.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Russell Westbrook against. The former Cougar. To Schroeder. Fires the 3. And the rebound taken. Down by Durant. Draymond Green against Adams. Straight on 3 at the buzzer. First half in the books. The Warriors with the lead.
And with that,
a lot of intrigue to come in this second half. A 1-point game as we resume play here in the third quarter. From long range. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Goes to the left side. To Thompson. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Russ at the controls. Driving right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Deep left corner to Green. To the outside. Green Curry buries it on the catch and shoot. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to explode.
Draymond Green pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
George. Draymond Green with a piece.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Green can't connect. Westbrook into the front court. His guy's down 3. Durant knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense. You can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
It's Westbrook. A fundamental shot right there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Goes to the right side. Thompson. Oh, that's how it's done.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And, Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
And Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the 3.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
And they retain the possession. It's Steph Curry with the rock. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Steph Curry against Westbrook. To Thompson. Curry. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Can't connect from inside. Kevin Durant swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Billy Donovan will switch a few things around. Paul George. Turnover gives them the possession. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. George, it's been a good night from beyond the arc. He's 5 of 6 from deep.
It's called room and rhythm, Ed. If you don't crowd him defensively, you allow him to have room, he will find that rhythm from behind the arc.
Little R&R has never hurt anybody, Jay. To Schroeder. Here's a chance from long range. And Dennis Schroeder, zero hesitation, buries the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And they call it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 2, George.
Thompson. Jumper's good.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Dennis Schroeder, tough make there. Can't fault the defender on that one.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Dennis Schroeder, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Golden State at the controls. To Durant. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Oh, whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Thompson to bring it into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Durant matched up with Paul George. Nerlens Noel tips it. That's his third block this evening.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Curry to bring it up. His team on top by 8. Nerlens Noel sends it away. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Bell to Curry. Picked up by the Thunder. Knocked loose. Schroeder to George. Schroeder. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Durant matched up with Nader. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
To Schroeder. For 3. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Nerlens Noel rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And scores.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it anywhere.
And a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
George, defended by Thompson. Smothering D.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And splash. Klay Thompson, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Green. And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. The Warriors with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
The pass set it all up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Here's Curry with it up top. The lead is 11. Had a chance, but it's no good.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Schroeder to Paul George. Fires the 3. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Schroeder with the basketball. His guy's down 11. Draymond Green sends it away. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Schroeder.
Into the game for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Scores from the post.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Has a chance, and he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collected. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Schroeder, defended by Looney. Slams it home on the putback.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
Livingston to bring it up. The lead stands at 9. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Rock-a-bye, baby. Oh, yeah, he rocked him to sleep on that one.
Couple of cracks. At the line now.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Jeremy Grant has got 2 shots coming. Career mark of 64%. Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Livingston picked up by Schroeder. Durant. And the Thunder with the rebound. Westbrook into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Stuffs it down with authority. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. He'll run the offense. Down to Looney. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Westbrook. And drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Steph Curry, guarded by Schroeder. Nerlens Noel, huge block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Tough-looking shot there, still gets it to go down.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Curry, add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.